7th. Rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. I'm West 2 first warning meteorologist Eric Burris on what is a beautiful, beautiful start to the day. Let me just take you out on our Tower Cam network. This is over at the Kennedy Space Center. There are a few additional clouds here. I picked this shot because, here, I'll go over to the radar briefly, and you can see there are storms sitting just off the coastline there. So the humidity is certainly at its peak over at the Kennedy Space Center. Let's go over to Port Canaveral and see what's doing there and go back to the tower cam. How pretty is that, right? It's gorgeous. Let's see. Tavares, change to that. There's something on floats. Cessna something. Downtown Orlando. Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful start to the day. So, all right, let's go back to the radar and I'm just going to loop this. All right, we'll zoom in a little bit. We'll loop it, and there you go. You can see the storms are off the shoreline. There's new stuff developing, and I do think as we continue to destabilize the atmosphere, as we continue to heat things up, we'll see more and more storms firing up. But just within the last few minutes' time, 287 lightning strikes. I mean, that's a potent bugger out there. There's some flashes of lightning. Temperatures out the door in the 70s, and we are on our way through to the 90s today. So lunchtime, we hang out around 87, 88 degrees. We'll get to 92 by 3 p.m. with widespread storms, 50, 60, 70% coverage of showers and thunder showers. So it's going to be, what happened to my hair here? It's going to be an active afternoon across Central Florida. And that's one of the reasons why we're calling for impact weather today. All right. The impact weather today runs from 2 o'clock until 7 o'clock because of that threat for strong to severe storms. Okay. Particularly when the sea breezes collide with each other, that's when we could be talking about the feistier stuff. So let's do this. Let me move over here and let's dial up our futurecast model. And I'm going to start the futurecast model around 1 o'clock, where we have a few showers already starting to bubble up, right? 2 o'clock, 3, 4 o'clock, we start to see some of those turn to thunderstorms. 5 o'clock, widespread thunder and lightning. 6, 7 o'clock, the sea breezes collide, get another resurgence of stormy weather, right? And then about 8, 9, 10 o'clock, that's when things will start to quiet down just a little bit. Okay. So could we be talking about severe weather today? Sure. Is it a guarantee? No, not at all. But because of that outlook, the Storm Prediction Center has outlined us as having a level 1 out of 5 risk for isolated strong to severe storms. Okay, that means that out of everything we see, just a couple of those may try to get a little feisty. And in terms of the threats, we're looking at damaging winds, we're looking at torrential downpours, and a lower end threat for hail and even a brief spin up tornado. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. Now, looking ahead to the weekend, we're going to continue to see these storms firing up. They're going to want to move east, though. So that means if you've got beach plans, it's going to start to get feisty for you. That also, though, means that you have to listen for the rumbles of thunder if you're at the beach. So, overall, the severity of these storms should come down for this weekend, but the overall coverage actually goes up even more. Okay. So, that's kind of where we're at, my friends. Going to be an active weather pattern. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast and just illustrate it together. All right, here's the inland spots, and there you go. Widespread showers and thunder showers. 70% coverage today. 80% coverage tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of weather around. Staying stormy on Sunday, staying stormy on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll start to edge it down just a little, just a little, just a little, right? Okay, so that's kind of where we're at in terms of the forecast. For our coastal communities, okay, let's take a look, see what's doing. All right, upper 80s, lower 90s. Today's going to be a stormier day than we've seen in recent days, but notice even stormier for tomorrow and Sunday across our beach spots. Staying stormy for the beaches through Tuesday. Then it looks like Wednesday into Thursday, that thunderstorm threat starts to come down little bit by little bit. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at here locally. Any questions about the local forecast? Then we can get out into the tropics and see what's doing. Got to make sure we got you taken care of, though. Got to make sure. Questions. And then, of course, the train can come off the tracks as well. Touchy and aggressive equals feisty. Oh, the storms, you mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Yesterday, the radar showed rain in Bellevue, but my house only got a few drops, but literally up the road it rained. Hate when that happens. Hate when that happens. Sorry about that. Oh well. High Springs this weekend. I mean, there's storms. There's a lot of storms in there. Any better day this weekend to go out early? I would say this weekend, we've just got storms in the forecast. I mean, 80%. It's not a washout. That's the important thing. It's not a washout. It just means that when we get the storms going in the afternoon, the storms are going to be going in the afternoon. Okay? So that's kind of where we're at. We had 3/4 of an inch yesterday in Denellen. Love it. Florida rain mullet, rain in the backyard, sunshine in the front. That's funny. I've never heard that. Loved hearing the distant thunder, but would love the precipitation too. Yeah, I think everybody would like the rain. Josh was asking, how does Coco look on Sunday evening? Coco's going to have storms for sure. Yeah. My flowers just want some non-chlorinated watering for sure. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Terry, good morning to you. Amy, good morning. All right. So I think we're good here, locally at least. Let's talk a little bit about the tropics now. I was discussing this yesterday. Okay. Watching a decent little bubble up of convection down there in the Caribbean, out near Honduras, Belize. You know, there's some Saharan dust in the area. This is going to eventually move into Belize and cross over and move into the extreme southern Gulf into the Bay of Campeche drink. Um, Hurricane Center giving it a low end chance of development, 10% over the next 2 days' time, 20% over the next 7 days' time. That said, probably won't develop. And even if it does, it's not a big deal. It's not going to be a thing for us. But it's important to mention it because at the end of the day, it's another reminder hurricane season is here. It's another reminder that over the next few months, things are going to ramp up, right? So we just have to deal with it. We have to be prepared for us. We have to be prepared. Then we also have to make sure that no matter what, no matter what, um, no matter what, if something happens, we're ready for it. Okay? When does the dust stop? Usually in the month of July is when the dust starts to shut down. Let me pull up the Saharan air layer just to kind of get an idea of what it looks like now, because there has been a whole new wave that has started coming on out, right? Like you can kind of see there's that wave kind of missing, if you look on the far left side, it's kind of missing where that area of moisture is out near Belize and Honduras. But that next wave is moving into South Florida and it's going to kind of go around us because of all the moisture we have. But you can see it's still pouring off the coast of Africa. So Saharan dust keeps the majority of the Atlantic basin nice and quiet, which, it's good for you and I. Definitely good for you and I. This is the only area that we're watching in the tropics. The rest of the Atlantic is nice and quiet. All right. All right. I've got so much work to do. So I know it's going to be a shorter ish coffee talk, but do y'all have any other questions, comments, concerns? I want to make sure we got you. Even if I'm going to be a little short here, I apologize. Let's see here. But I'm from Wisconsin and they had some bad weather there for 2 days. I'll take Florida weather any day for paradise. That's it. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Right? Will it rain? Oh, will the rain be all day this weekend? It will not. No, the thunderstorm coverage this weekend is high, but it's going to be held to the afternoon, right? The mornings are going to be sunny. It's not going to be all day rains, right? All right. All right. That's all I got. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Apologies for it being a little short. I've just got too much. Love you. Just got too much work. All right. Take care. We'll talk to y'all later.